Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The English Web. I am Bhagyashree. I would be answering all your questions today to mark my channel hitting 5k subscribers. So thank you to each one of you who has sent in a question or questions, and I cannot wait to start answering them. So Pankti Gandhi asks, what are the things that inspire your writing and the details of the book that you are writing, and by when will the book you are writing be out for us to read and to inspire us? And yes, I'm eagerly waiting for you to publish something. That's very sweet of you, Pankti. This is very heartening to read. To answer your first question, what are the things that inspire my writing? Every piece of writing is based on my observations of the world around, my experiences in my day-to-day life. I think I'm trying to follow that route of art imitates life and vice versa. So yeah, that is where I get my inspiration from. And what are the details of the book that you are writing? It's a very, it's quite abstract right now. It's in the initial stages, but it tries to chronicle the life of a family consisting of 4 members who try to take their own routes over a period of time, after facing certain challenges in life. So that is what my book is about. Hopefully I shall be able to publish it really soon. Thank you so much for your question. The next question is by Gurpal Singh Vehaniwal. How should I react while going live, and how to address the audience and how to thank them? How to sound more natural and confident, especially while talking in English? Yes, those are some interesting questions. When it comes to going live, I think try to be as normal as possible. Just be yourself, and just know what you are going to be addressing. And how to address the audience and how to thank them. I have done a video on how to give a thank you speech. I shall link it over here, so do check it out. I hope that helps you. And how to sound more natural and confident while talking in English. There is always going to be confidence, when you know the matter, when you are speaking your mind, when you're being real. So just try and do that. As far as gaining command of the language goes, try and read as much as possible. Try and communicate in English as much as possible, and I'm sure your language will improve. Mahika Kanakya asks, what would you prefer, freelance or being employed? And I want to know what are the subtopics in freelancing, like what are the things and options provided. Thank you, Mahika, for your question. I have been a freelancer for a while now, and I think that works for me because I kind of work on multiple things at a time. I work on my own writing, I have my YouTube, I take up writing and editing projects. So this allows me to focus on multiple things while focusing on my own personal writing. So that is what works for me, because if I'm employed, if I'm working with a company, currently especially, I would not be able to kind of dabble in multiple things. And what are the subtopics in freelancing? It depends on what you are good at. So if you're talking about freelance writing, you can do content writing. You can just work on website content, or you can take up technical content. There's business writing. But as far as technical writing and business writing go, you need to have knowledge of the subject before you start writing. There's also creative writing. You can work on script writing. So there are multiple avenues when it comes to freelance writing. You have to figure out what you are inclined towards. And as far as editing goes, again, there is different types of editing. Again, you need to know what suits you the most, whether it is structural editing, whether it is developmental editing, whether it is line editing. So yeah, just know your forte before you start taking up freelance projects. Shweta asks, when are you getting married? I would say that I shall get married when I find the right guy. Yes. Shriya Chavla asks, what inspired you to take up writing? One of my friends had kind of, seen had actually read some of the things I had written, and she kind of told me that, why don't you start writing? Since you travel quite a bit, you can chronicle all your experiences, and I think, you would do a fair job of it. So, Neha, if you're watching this, thank you so much for inspiring me to start my blog and to take up writing. So the journey started, with me starting my own blog. I just wanted to share my thoughts, so that is when I started writing. But that was also the most challenging bit, writing the first few posts, because I thought, now I'd be sharing my writing with the world and people would be having their comments on my work. And since I was new to this world of writing, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do that. So I remember I had created an account on Blogspot, and for the longest time I did not close the tab on my phone, thinking that keeping this open will remind me that I need to put something up on my blog. So I had written 2 posts in my book. The first post was sexy versus beautiful. I remember I still cringe whenever I read that, but yeah, that's for another day. Yes, so then I had already written 2 posts, and I took a while to kind of put them up on my blog because I was a little unsure about, how people would react. But then one day I just mustered up the courage. I said, what, this is my account. I am not proclaiming to, I'm not promising anything. So I can just see how it goes. And I felt a sense of, I just felt a sense of relief. I felt like I had channeled my emotions after putting up the first 2 posts. And and then I thought that, what, I should do that. I should put up something once every week, and that's how it started. So, and then over a period of time, I realized that writing was really helping me, kind of explore so many different aspects of life. It taught me so many things, and the most important thing is that it taught me to be self-aware, to understand what I am like as a human being, and I cannot be more thankful that I took up writing. Tanvi asks, how can one become a scholar or an expert in English? What are the tips and tricks? Thank you, Tanvi, for the question. There are no tips and tricks particularly, but unless you consider reading regularly a trick or a tip, just try and read regularly, and try and communicate in English as much as possible. Because what happens is, once you start communicating in English, you think in English before you talk, and that really allows you to develop this habit of thinking in English, which is really essential to becoming fluent. Medha asks, what makes you smile more? Millions of subscribers or viewers? That's quite an interesting question, Medha. Thank you. I would say that having people like the content I put out, and when they comment, with how helpful it has been for them, that is when I smile the most. I mean, it's nice to have subscribers and good viewership, but at the end of the day, nothing beats that feedback you get, when people say, oh, it really helped us, or we are getting better thanks to you. So yeah, that is what makes me smile the most. English as a style statement or a way of life, how would you place it if you were asked this? Medha asks. So I think for me it's a way of life. I've mentioned this in one of my previous videos. I don't look at a language as a style statement. I, from a very young age, was inclined towards exploring the language of English, and it was always a way of life. I don't think any language is inferior or superior, and there's no question of making any language a style statement. For me, it's been a way of life. I write, so I get to explore the language even better, and I enjoy learning English. I'm still an English learner. USP of English Web and Bhagyashree as a YouTuber or a writer. Medha asks, mostly in books, you don't always understand how to improve, your communication skills when you're talking to somebody, or how to, pronounce a certain number of words. So I also focus on how to improve upon your communication and how to kind of communicate in the real world, how to improve upon your spoken English and the mistakes that one makes in their day-to-day lives while talking in English. So that is the USP, I would say. Yes, and Bhagyashree as a YouTuber or a writer, I would say that YouTube allows me to take my writing to multiple people in the form of the writing tips I do, and the great deal of emphasis I put on writing. So I think they run parallel. I wouldn't say that YouTube and writing are different things altogether. They both really kind of go hand in hand for me, and they're both very special to me. Neil asks, are you going to pursue YouTube? That's an interesting question. I never thought when I started out that I would kind of sustain, or I would keep making videos for 4 years. But here I am, and every video has helped me repose faith in this journey and just made it more memorable. Yes, I do not really have any qualms when it comes to continuing my YouTube journey. I'm enjoying every bit of my YouTube journey, and I think till the time I enjoy doing this, and till the time I feel that it is really I'm really trying to put something out there which is still not there, then I think I shall keep going. Yes. Nitin asks, we all know you are a pro at English, but can you speak Hindi well? जी हाँ, बिल्कुल। मैं इंडिया में रहती हूँ, तो बिल्कुल हिंदी आती है, बहुत अच्छी हिंदी आती, बहुत अच्छी तो नहीं बोलूँगी मैं, पर क्योंकि मैं गुजराती बोलती हूँ घर पे, और मराठी भी बोलती हूँ क्योंकि महाराष्ट्र में मैं बड़ी हुई हूँ, पर हिंदी बिल्कुल आती है। और आपसे शायद हिंदी में इतनी बातचीत नहीं हुई है नितिन, पर हिंदी आती है, और मैं और ज़्यादा बोलना चाहती हूँ हिंदी। Do you have a boyfriend? Are you a grammar Nazi around him? No, I don't have a boyfriend. I am single, and are you a grammar Nazi around him? So that is not applicable since I don't have a boyfriend. If the guy you like is not a pro like you in English, or if he makes grammatical errors, then will you stop liking him? Definitely not. That is not conditional, of course. But I just feel that it's important to know the essence of communication, and to be able to communicate and express your thoughts clearly. Do you judge people on the basis of how good they are when it comes to English? I certainly don't think that if somebody doesn't know a language or is not fluent in a language should be subjected to any judgments, because there are so many languages, especially in India, which is linguistically diverse, and everybody may not be exposed to the language. So definitely not, but I do believe that one should speak any language that they speak well, and strive to speak it in as correct a manner as possible. And do you always go around correcting people's grammar / English? I don't do that unless I am with someone who is very close to me, and if I see that they have made a mistake, maybe I can just suggest, but it's always in jest, and it's always with a good intention. What do you have to say about Modi ji's English? Do you think a prime minister should be well spoken in English? I think Modi ji is a fantastic orator, and he is able to do a very good job of communicating and expressing his ideas in Hindi, since he speaks in Hindi most of the times. And I think as long as he's able to communicate well and express his ideas clearly, I don't think language should come in his way. So the next question is by Preetha Chauhan, who asks, who is your favorite YouTuber? I don't think I have a favorite YouTuber, but I do like watching Sherazad Shroff's videos. Sherazad Shroff, or Sherry Shroff, is a beauty and fashion blogger, and I've enjoyed watching most of her videos. Chinmay asks, what was the driving force and desire to dive into the field of literature? How did you start your YouTube channel? So thank you, Chinmay. I didn't take up literature, but I was always inclined towards, books, towards the written word. The driving force was just literally my passion, to explore the language and just try and create, not create, but try and express myself, in my best possible manner in English. And I really felt that, I could, kind of just take up this responsibility of trying to create a change in my own little way with my writing and, whatever I do in the area of English. So that was the desire. Kirti Pandey asks, what are your future plans? My current future plan is to publish a book as soon as possible and to start a Hindi channel, a Hindi YouTube channel, where I teach people who do not know English at all how to speak in English, how to kind of know the basics of English. So that is my plan, and on this channel, what I'm planning to do is just share all the words in the Oxford Dictionary, in an alphabetical order. Yashna Majumdar asks, does travel inspire you to write? What has been your favorite travel experience so far? This is a lovely question, and what my travel does is, it helps me try and look at humans in a more in a more collective fashion, in a manner that makes everybody seem equal. So I may not directly address my travel experiences all the time, but traveling definitely has had a huge influence in my writing. And what has been my favorite travel experience? I would say my trip to Israel. I visited that place 2 years ago, and by far, it has been one of the most memorable trips of my life. I remember, just coming so up close with the Jewish culture that I've always been fascinated with. Everything about it was so enchanting, right from the people around and how strongly they were connected to their religions and their culture, their traditions. Resha Jain asks, Bhageshri, आपने पढ़ाई में क्या किया है? Thank you, Resha, for your question. I have done my BA in economics. I have also done a master's program in media, entertainment and advertising, followed by a master's program in creative writing from the University of Westminster in London. And I've also done a diploma in advertising and PR from Mumbai. So that is that is what I have studied. And Lapti asks, according to you, what's the biggest milestone you've achieved so far? I think for me, milestones are more about my personal growth and what I'm able to take back from my experiences. 5 years ago, the person that I was before I started writing and the person that I am today, they're totally two different people, and I think that has been a very big milestone. Bhageshri's biggest pet peeve, Labdhi asks, anybody who tries to disregard nature or anything that comes as part of the nature and tries to abuse it, just trying to think that they are superior to nature. I think that is something that turns me off. One thing you cannot live without. I cannot. I don't think there is any particular thing that I won't be able to do without. Of course, it may be a challenge, but I don't know. I mean, I would say my family. Yes. She also asks, if you are stranded on an island, what would you have with yourself? A simple phone or a book on hand? Simple phone that allows you to only call. Definitely a book. I would definitely prefer having a book. Meher Manik asks, you speak a lot about your dog. Have you thought of having him in one of your videos? Yes, Meher, I have. I have also tried to film a video with him, and let's not talk about what happened, because my dog was only interested in the treats I was giving him and he was just running around, which did not allow me to film the video well. But yeah, here's a sneak peek into that video. Now I have someone really special with me, as you can see. He is my pet dog. He's Lucky. I've been planning to do a video with him from a very long time. Lucky, wait. So I just gave him some treats because he wouldn't agree to sit with me otherwise. And the last question is by Sahaj Joshi, who asks, what is your biggest shortcoming? Once I lose interest in something, it's very difficult for me to get my interest back. I need to be more balanced about, how I approach things. So that was it. Thank you so much for all your questions. Those were some really interesting questions, and I was just very excited answering them all. I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and thank you so much to all of you for helping my channel reach this stage, and I cannot wait to continue this journey with each one of you. So stay tuned, and there's lots more coming up on my channel. And if you like this video, then do not forget to give it a big thumbs up, to comment below, share and subscribe to the English Rep. I shall see you guys soon. Goodbye.